Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. So I just got on here real quick this morning to talk to you guys a little bit about some things I was thinking about as I was getting ready this morning. And today I'm going to share with you 3 tips to stay in growth mode, to stay in motion, to keep moving in your career, in your personal life, in your spiritual life, the things that we must do to continue to grow. Good morning, Musa. Good morning, Marie. Good morning, Dima. I saw you guys come in as I was talking. It's great to see you guys on Periscope bright and early. Good morning, King. Good morning, Plum Breezy. So guys, I know that time is limited in the morning and I'm getting ready to go to work. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump into what I have for you today. So 3 tips to stay in growth mode in all aspects of your life. Tip number 1 is to write down your ideas. Write down your ideas. So oftentimes those big crazy dreams stem from you simply scribbling down these concepts and these things that come to you. And I think that the ideas that we have and that we explore in our lives and that come into our mind are not simply by chance. I think about whenever I started Women Empowering Nations. And honestly, the name Women Empowering Nations, it came from me listening to the president of Liberia speak at the University of Oklahoma. I was sitting there listening to her at this luncheon. And she said, if you educate a man, you educate a family and a village. To educate a woman, you empower a nation. I literally scribbled this quote down like on a napkin right there. And then after I scribbled down the quote, I put it up in my room. And it was about a month that went by. A month goes by and I'm looking at it every morning. One night out of my sleep, I wrote down Women Empowering Nations. That name, Women Empowering Nations, ended up being the name of my organization, my passion, my legacy, working with young women and girls to build leadership skills and self-esteem development. And so it's amazing how sometimes we just have these ideas. We hear things that click. Write down your ideas. Write them down in a journal, just like you would write down your prayers, writing down the things that you need. Exactly, Dima. Write it down and make it plain. That is how we continue to grow and evolve and to thrive in these ideas that might seem crazy at times, that God has literally blessed us with to get us to that next point in our lives. So the second tip, how we stay in growth mode, how we continue to be in motion, is the people that you choose to surround yourself with. Who are you around, right? And so even sometimes in our lives, we might not say, well, my best friend doesn't have it all together. But what about the people that you interact with? Who are you following on Periscope? Whose Facebook page are you scrolling down? In the morning, we spend so much time on social media. What's showing up on your news feed? And if it's not things that are going to be positive and to help you grow, you can click the unfollow button, and you can click the unfollow button in real life. So what if the people around you are the people who model and who party and who do drugs? Well, my suggestion would be, if that's not the path that you want to explore in your life, then possibly associating yourself with another group of people. Or even like I just said, whether it's not in person, follow me on Periscope. Every morning on Facebook, I'm giving morning motivation and inspiring you to live a better life, to continue to be a dreamer and to push yourself to dig deeper and to go higher in life. So, even if those people are not accessible to you right there, and you said you're a model, so it's hard. Well, you know what? I get that. Oftentimes, sometimes we're in situations around people that might not be the best influence on us. But I think that's why it's so important for us to pour into ourselves and into our own development, whether that's in what we read, again, in what we follow, so that we can be a shining light and example in those places of darkness. Because I truly believe that we all have the power within us to be change agents in the lives of people. As you know from a lot of my videos, I'm all about us being leaders and equipping other people to live a purpose-filled life. So let me hurry up and get to tip 3. Tip number 3, if you want to stay in growth mode, if you want to evolve, if you want to grow, this is imperative. It's the most important tip. I saved it for the end because sometimes it's the hardest tip. Tip number 3 is reflection and requesting feedback. Oftentimes, we don't stop to reflect upon who we are as individuals, who we are as leaders on our job, employees, as people, as daughters, as husbands, as girlfriends, as wives, stopping to reflect upon the person that we're becoming and what we see when we look in the mirror. And sometimes that requires for you to take off the mask, take off the titles, and really say, hey, like, Carlisha, what can I do and be to become a better woman? I have to look at my flaws. I have to look at those moments and those things that I might say, oh, they just made me mad because they don't know how to interact with me. No, there's always two perspectives, two sides to every story, and examining those two sides and being able to see yourself through a critical lens and through a supportive lens, right? I don't want you to sit there and think that you don't have it all together and you'll never have it all together. No, but it's one thing. Thank you, cousin. It's one thing to say, you know, this is where I am right now, and I can see where I need to be. And that comes from self-reflection, but also a way that we can see ourselves in a light that we've never seen ourselves before is by asking for feedback. How often do you ask people, hey, what do you think are my strengths and what do you think are my weaknesses? In what areas do you think that I can grow to become a better friend to you? Right? So if these things are applying to you, and if you feel like this is something that you can do in your life, tap your screen and hit the hearts and show me that this is something I'm interested in. This is an area where I want to grow, you know. And I also think about at times whenever I'm in this self-reflection mode and always requesting feedback, one thing that I do anytime that I check in with individuals who I manage, I'm always asking, how can I support you better? What can I do to better support you in your role? I want to know. I'm asking my boss, hey, what's any feedback that you have for me? How can I grow in my role? Because I am in constant growth mode, I'm always seeking feedback, not just from myself, but also from people around me who can see things in a different way than I can. So you guys, I hope you have a great day, and I want for you to remember these 3 tips to stay in growth mode. Number 1 is to write down those ideas. Write down those dreams that you have. Keep them in a journal. Do not lose them. Number 2, the people that you choose to surround yourself with. If they're not right there directly in your life, start following some awesome people on social media. Start tuning into someone else's periscopes. So get that feedback, get that enjoyment, get that motivation that you need. Even if it's not right there in your community, there's people that you can connect with easily through technology. Number 3 is to be self-reflective. Reflect upon the areas of growth that you have and ask for feedback. I know sometimes it's uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable to hear what you need to work on, but that's the way that we get better, and that is the way that we grow. So I hope you guys have a fabulous Thursday. Have a good day if you're off to work, off to class, off to take care of your family. Whatever you do, make the most of it, make it happen, spread love, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye, guys.